If you're a woman over 35, you may be experiencing symptoms like cognitive brain fog, persistent weight gain, or extreme fatigue. The common narrative would suggest us to detox, but what if the prevailing methods like juice cleanses and restrictive fasting are fundamentally misaligned with our midlife physiology and can actually exacerbate the very symptoms of perimenopause? The human body requires support, not added stress, and this video will deconstruct a framework for detoxification built on three biological pillars: targeted nutrition, restorative sleep, and specific lifestyle inputs. The goal is to understand how to support our body's innate system to clear cognitive fog and regulate our hormones without deprivation. A common fact that is often omitted for women in our 30s and 40s is that stress based protocols can actively work against us. During the hormonal flux of perimenopause, interventions like extreme fasting or juice cleanses can increase cortisol input, compounding the very issue that they claim to solve. When our endocrine system is already navigating significant shifts, our metabolic and detoxification organs require steady support. Chronically elevated cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, dysregulate everything from sleep architecture to metabolic rate. Imposing a stressful protocol like severe calorie restriction is interpreted by our body as survival threat, triggering further spike in cortisol. This can directly worsen core perimenopausal symptoms, fatigue, visceral fat storage around the midsection, anxiety, and fragmented sleep. Furthermore, many popular cleanses fail to provide the essential nutrient cofactors required by the liver, the primary organ of detoxification. The liver's detoxification process is a two-phase biochemical operation that demands a suite of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids to function correctly. A simple juice fast may temporarily reduce the digestive load, but it often starves the liver of the very building blocks it needs for both phases of detoxification, and this becomes particularly critical during perimenopause. The liver is tasked with metabolizing and clearing out hormones, including estrogen. If the liver's capacity is diminished due to nutrient insufficiency, these fluctuating hormones can be recirculated, contributing to symptoms like heavy periods, breast tenderness, and severe mood swings. The agitation and intense cravings experienced during such a cleanse are not indicators of efficacy. They're signals of our body under significant physiological duress. The objective is not to force a detox, but to nourish and optimize the body's existing detoxification pathways. The most impactful and sustainable method for supporting detoxification is through daily nutrition. The operative paradigm is not one of removal, but of strategic addition, supplying the precise compounds that our body requires to manage the hormonal transitions of perimenopause. First, consider cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. These contain compounds that are potent activators of the liver's phase 2 detoxification enzymes, which are critical for processing and preparing hormones and toxins for excretion. Next is fiber, which functions as the transport system for processed toxin and excess hormones. Constipation, a common issue midlife, allow for the reabsorption of toxins that the liver has already processed, a process known as enterohepatic recirculation. Aim for fiber from diverse whole food sources from fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Prebiotic fibers found in garlic, onions, and artichokes are particularly beneficial as they nourish our gut microbiome, which plays a direct role in hormone metabolism and reducing bloating. Third, incorporate a wide array of antioxidants. Berries, leafy greens, and brightly colored vegetables that contain molecules that neutralize the oxidative stress generated during phase 1 of the liver detoxification. This helps to manage the systematic inflammation that can worsen perimenopausal symptoms like joint pain. And finally, sufficient protein and healthy fats are non negotiable. Healthy fats from sources like avocado, nuts, and olive oil are fundamental for hormone production and cellular health. Omega 3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines are powerful anti inflammatories. Adequate protein intake provides the specific amino acids the liver requires to execute its conjugation pathways, effectively packing toxins for removal. And hydration is the final and essential component. Water is the medium that our kidneys use to flush out the waste products processed by our liver. Beginning the day with warm water and a touch of lemon can be a simple way to support this process. By focusing on adding these additional nutritional substrates, you provide your body with the exact tools it needs to self cleanse, balance hormones, and generate sustainable energies. The second pillar is sleep. One can adhere to a perfect diet, but without sufficient sleep, the most critical detoxification window of the day is missed. While quality sleep can be challenging during perimenopause, it is not passive rest only. It is an active state of profound neurological and systematic cleaning. During deep sleep, the glymphatic system becomes highly active. This is the brain's dedicated waste clearance mechanism. The space between brain cells expands, permitting cerebrospinal fluid to flush out metabolic byproducts accumulated during waking hours. One of the primary proteins it removes is beta amyloid, which is associated with neurodegenerative conditions. The characteristic brain fog of perimenopause, especially after a poor night's sleep, is partly a symptom of an underperforming glymphatic system. The role of sleep in detoxification extends beyond our brain. Quality sleep is essential for regulating the hormones that govern stress and repair. When sleep is disrupted by night sweats or anxiety, it dysregulates the entire endocrine system. Adequate sleep helps maintain a healthy cortisol rhythm and supports the production of melatonin. Melatonin is not only a sleep initiating hormone, but also a powerful antioxidant that facilitates cellular repair. So, for women in midlife, achieving 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is one of the highest impact variables for our well being. To facilitate this, avoid large meals within 3 hours of bedtime to allow the liver to focus on detoxification rather than digestion. A consistent wind down routine is also a powerful tool. Dimming lights and ceasing screen use signals to the brain to begin melatonin production, supporting the natural hormone cascade required for truly restorative sleep. The final pillar concerns how we inhabit and move our bodies. The focus is on supporting the lymphatic system and managing the physiological stress response, which is often amplified during perimenopause. The lymphatic system is a critical component of the body's detoxification network, responsible for transporting waste from tissues to be filtered and eliminated. However, unlike the circulatory system, which has the heart as a pump, the lymphatic system is passive. It depends entirely on physical movement and muscle contraction to circulate its fluid. This does not necessitate high intensity exercise. Gentle, low impact activities are highly effective and can help mitigate the puffiness and water retention common in this life stage. I have a video here for a lymphatic massage that you can do daily to help with digestion, especially if you have bloating and constipation. And you can find it in the links down below. Activities like brisk walking, yoga, dancing, or simple stretching are excellent for stimulating lymph flow. The twisting postures and diaphragmatic breathing in yoga are particularly beneficial for both lymphatic drainage and visceral organ support. The objective is to encourage circulation and induce a light sweat, which provides another exit route for metabolic waste. Equally important is managing the body's stress state. Chronic stress holds the body in a sympathetic fight or flight state, which can trigger hot flashes and anxiety. while simultaneously inhibiting detoxification process. Practices like meditation and deep diaphragmatic breathing activate the parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system. This is the physiological state in which the body can dedicate resources to repair and detoxification. The power of inputs like time in nature and genuine laughter to lower cortisol should not be underestimated. By integrating gentle movements and mindful stress regulation practices, you can directly support your body's capacity for natural detoxification, leading to improved mood stability and a system more resilient to the fluctuations of perimenopause. This framework is not about imposing punishment, but about establishing a partnership with your body's biology as it navigates perimenopause. If this perspective resonates, then consider this question for the comments below. What is one prevailing assumption about health in midlife that this information has prompted you to reconsider? Let's use this space to challenge the old narratives. And if you found this breakdown valuable, please like this video and subscribe for more practical science-backed health information for this stage of life. The mechanism for effective detoxification in midlife is not found in short-term high-stress interventions. It is found in consistently and gently support the sophisticated detoxification system inherent to our biology, especially during the transition of perimenopause. First, we nourish to detoxify, providing the specific biochemical substrates from cruciferous vegetables, fiber, and protein that the liver requires to manage a shifting hormonal environment. Second, we prioritize restorative sleep, recognizing it as the non-negotiable period for deep neurological and systematic cleaning. And third, we utilize gentle movement and mindfulness to activate our lymphatic system and shift our nervous system into a state that permits repair. By shifting the objective from forcing a cleanse to foster a supportive biological environment, you can navigate the hormonal shifts of perimenopause with greater ease, find relief from its most challenging symptoms, and restore a sense of vitality and mentality. Think of your body as the garden. Tilling the soil is fostering the environment, and our body does not require more stress. It requires a foundational understanding of its own system, and daily habits are most powerful tool to provide exactly that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.